letter is just for you. My intention was to give you this letter when election was true. But since Dr. Rowley was stepping down, I figured I couldn't wait. I'm reading it now.
I'm reading it now.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
I hear people say the PNM wasting the nation's time. I hear people say the UNC will scrape every last dime. And some couldn't choose between bad and worse, so I had to write this plea for the next leader of this country. Cause we need to see a nation full of success. We need a leader addicted to progress. Someone who's not here for the money and always giving us transparency. A leader with a clear destination and a direction that we will see. Most respectfully, to whom this may be.
Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM, your #1 station for political insight and analysis. You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Now the election bacchanal diet.
Good afternoon to all our members locked on all over the world.
Let us
This is the Street Council
concentrate.
right here on the Street 919 FM.
Come let us sit
And yes, we are in session.
because now more than ever we must show
Taking you
this
through the afternoon straight to 4 p.m. Your speakers of the house, Anderson and Hashim. And Hashim is not here as yet.
nation.
He's a bit under the weather.
That is the main form.
But I trust he's going to bless us with his presence
Hand in hand, because this is all
sometime within the session, yeah?
for my sister.
So Hashim, if you're listening, reach safely. I hope that you feel better. Gotta say good afternoon going out to all our members via YouTube and also Facebook. Good afternoon going out to you guys as well. www.thestreet919fm.com. That's our website where you can listen to us live
Success is working hard.
and also be able to see us live as well in studio.
Our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
So all our loyal listeners, good afternoon going out to you guys. You guys know yourselves.
Because now more than ever we must show
So today we hope to have a great and productive show as usual.
to build a
You
strong.
guys know we do it in the first hour. It's our check-in hour.
I say that is the main foundation.
So I invite you guys
So
to check in with me. Let me know exactly what's going on with you.
this is our land.
If there's anything that we miss from yesterday into today that you want to mention, anything that is on your mind, any topic that you want to raise, feel free to call us up and let us know.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
So today, Thursday, 26th of June 2025.
Election bacchanal diet.
Almost the end of another
Have to
month.
say
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, hello, good day.
Hi, afternoon, Mr. Lahokita. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, when I hear you clear now, so I believe with the service much improved.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened yesterday. What I must say, well, first I must say, bon après-midi, which means good afternoon to you and my boy Hashim.
Yeah, he's not here yet, but he's gonna be here.
Well, I hope God protect him on his way coming. Yeah. Okay, well, the elements, just intermittent shower earlier on,
Right.
and the sun fighting for survival. The sun fighting for survival, yeah. Again, this recording thing, but I hope I need to better. You hear me clear?
You're actually still coming and going though. 1 minute I'm hearing you clear, next minute I'm not too sure.
Because I started clear. Anyhow, all I have to say, I have water in abundance today.
Right.
There's pipe-borne water, so I can't water. I do not know if it's because of the new management. I do not know. But I'm thankful for the pipe-borne water.
Pipe-borne water.
Anyhow, let me exit this session now.
All right.
Maybe I might try the next one.
Yeah, you could probably try the next line, and hopefully, I hope that we'll be able to hear you much clearer. Yeah.
I do not know why, because and everything was okay. Yeah. So I don't know why it is with this show. I do not know. Anyhow, enjoy until later.
All right. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mr. Lockett. So yeah, you guys could check in with us. Also, you could also send your WhatsApp messages as well. Send your voice notes, and we're gonna make sure and play those voice notes as well. Yeah.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out.
So just to give you guys a bit of update on some stories,
it's putting more effort on
or some things that have been in the media, like for instance the girls that were involved in the fight after school. You would be able to see a headline that the 15 girls charged after attacked on Holy Faith students. So that's good news. The police was able to find the girls, and they were charged. My only thing is that as we mentioned, that we don't want to just, see girls being charged, but we hope that this is not the end of their lives in the aspect of being able to still receive that education, because we are all humans and we do make mistakes. And I'm not sure, but these girls, this may have just been one of this infraction. Their first infraction.
Live in a foreign land.
They got caught up based on probably peer pressure. Sometimes it's just the situation, but it doesn't mean that we should, just lock them up. But as we mentioned, even up to yesterday, that
more than ever we must show.
We brought
discipline, tolerance, and production.
We brought our initiative to
build
our council. One of our callers as well.
That is the main.
Give us the name Building Brilliant Minds.
Hand in hand,
and we are saying that that the girls should still have an opportunity to be able to get an education and to be able to transform, And not only girls, but all students that might end up, in a fight or end up, in a situation that involves that they have to be suspended or expelled. But we want to make sure that there's still that channel, that space that they will be able to still learn, whether it's the road of education or a trade, because we don't want to just arrest students and we're just going to be raising new criminals. And And as a caller said yesterday as well, we shouldn't be trying to, you know, build more prison. We should really be trying to shape the lives of our citizens, the younger generation as well, instead of trying to build more space to hold more prisoners. You know, when we take a further look, there are persons who would go into the system, spend time, you know, for whatever crime they may have committed, and then they are freed. When they are out walking amongst us, you see no change. And some people are just stuck in their ways. Some persons might even tell you that there are persons who literally, they enjoy going to prison. But our thoughts and our end plan should not be to increase and make more space to hold inmates. Also saw as well the local government ministry boosts disaster response. So I have to give kudos going out to the ministries involved as they continue to put things in place to assist those persons who would have been affected because of all this rain that we have been getting. You know, the rain brings the floods and so forth. And I also saw parts of South persons would have been affected by heavy winds. Persons galvanized and so forth would have, you know, fly off their roof, you name it.
To build a strong
Mother Nature at work, right?
I say that is the main.
Your galvanized flying off your house.
So
it could never be any party's fault. It's not the UNC fault, it's not the PNM fault, it's no party.
And let us build a nation together.
So for the ones that are probably sitting and thinking, yeah, we will blame somebody. It's just Mother Nature, you know. Some of these things we can't really predict. It's not like every day you're on top of your roof checking to make sure that all the nails in your roof good, right? So let's be honest.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now more than ever we must show discipline, tolerance and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us live.
And we also saw that we have a new governor, a new central bank governor, Mr. Larry Hawaii. He is now the new central bank governor. I saw one of the questions that was asked is that will Larry comply with the Honorable Prime Minister?
So much of things that
Ms. Kamala
about
in relations to Forex disclosure demands.
Cause you know as well as I do the only way.
And as they mentioned, you know,
put in more effort and less play. Because now
there would be certain things that obviously he would be able to divulge, and then there are others I would assume that he may not be able to give out certain information. I mean, everyone is
I say that is the main one.
Everyone deserves that privacy to be able to conduct their business. Sometimes when all the information is out there, it opens up some kind of worms, it opens up some
together.
It makes some of those white collar bandits, criminals on the outside, they start to watch you because they're hearing, you know, the kind of money's probably passing through your hands and so forth. So, you know, you have to be so careful. But we wait to see, and I hope that whatever information this current administration needs to be able to address our current forex issues, that information would be able to be shared with them, because we need to move forward. It has been years now that we are all being affected by this forex. A lot of persons, you know, would have probably had to literally line up in the banks for hours, walking with your itinerary to prove that, you know, you're going on vacation or you're going on a business trip just to get some US. Sometimes your expectations too, you know, you need a certain amount of money, and then when you reach out by the teller tell you, well, you know, all that they could give you today is 200 US. So I gotta say good afternoon also going out to 3698, and they are saying let's not forget that the PNM stated that the rich need to get richer and the poor needs to fend for themselves. This is quite a contrast, especially when you consider the PNM receiving 47% and citizens only got 4%. For the sake of fairness and truth, let's acknowledge who is truly responsible for the country's current condition. During the UNC tenure, citizens not too sure what you're trying to say, but in contrast, under the PNM, we've seen the drought and a decline in the economy, including farming. So yeah, that was contribution. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is our check-in hour, so feel free to call us up. The Street Council, yours truly, your speaker Anderson. I'm here with you guys, waiting the arrival of my co-host. It's a bit under the weather, as I mentioned earlier, but today I promise you guys we wanted to kind of look into the responsibilities of the government and also the responsibilities of the opposition. And we are doing this for many reasons, so that everyone could kind of understand, and for the ones that may not understand, the duties and responsibilities of both sides. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I called Granny called to say I am very glad that they charge those students for that what they do. I will tell you something, son. You working there, people work very hard to bring up the children from 1 day old, no matter what job they have. The children sick. A mother would go to work, whatever what work it is, and being pregnant to see about the children, and then all come, and not one or you beat that girl, I'm glad to get charged, and they should do like the Muslims away, I forget what country, put them in jail. Them saw one book. And they don't have no way to put them kind of children to go better. Because the mother and father have a right. They have a lot to do with too. That is what I say. Rowley, I never know Rowley do nothing good to the country. Right? He said eat cassava and tighten your belt. Sugar and pressure and half people could eat cassava. And then if you have 5 people in the house, you couldn't afford to buy it. But he said 2 things that was good. He said parents must do parenting. And he said people, the young people must help themselves, which is true. Look at my road all about people selling something. Look in Sawa, security is there. They're going by the 10 and 12 now. Beating the security and going to take what people work hard for. Drink coffee to have a business. They don't want to do that. They want to go and get free things. Yeah? So I'm so glad about that. Thanks for this, son. Thanks for this time from all you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. And I fully agree. I fully agree with what Granny just said there. So yeah, it's about time, you know, once they do the crime, they should be charged and be held accountable for their actions. But I'm just saying, you know, let's not give up on our young youths, the voices of tomorrow. As we all have to remember too that we were all young and we did things that if we look back now, we would probably reconsider.
Cause you know as well as I do
and as I mentioned here already,
it's putting more effort and less play.
I think if you guys knew Anderson as a youth, you might have said, oh my gosh, this little boy miserable. So yeah, you know, I think that we all do make mistakes.
I say,
and I'm not here with a measuring tape to measure to see exactly how much mistakes you make. If it's worse than mine, you make a mistake. You do things that are questionable. You do things that you would obviously want to reconsider. So saying that, you know, to the administration, let's not give up on them. Let's create an environment that we could put these students in, because sometimes it's just not what you see physically there. There's more that is happening. Some of these kids are literally going through different things in their lives, especially at home. We have to look at that as well, yeah? Hi, good afternoon, member, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Mr. Laukata again. Let me try and see if I'll come through much better.
Actually, you are singing crystal clear.
Okay, all right. Because it's a nice topic. I want to run out a little bit. I say I must put my 2 cents in this topic. All right. Well, the role of the government. Well, in our system, or in the Westminster system in particular,
right,
you operate under what they call a political system. And a political system was described by a gentleman by the name of David Easton. He called it the input throughput output system. That means issues will arise in the society. Right? Members of government it will be brought to members of government attention, and they will take it up in the form of a bill. It will then go for debate. So the bill it starts with a bill as an input, and then it goes to the throughput, where it will be debated, and then it will come out as an act, right, which is called the output. So that is why normally before any legal item becomes an act, it is a bill first, and it's when it's approved by the Parliament, then it becomes an act, right? But some of the main, what they call tenants of the government, they must secure the population, right? They must provide more or less opportunities, right, and equity in the system, right? So that means no one group should enjoy all the spoils of the land, and another group gets nothing, right? And they also have to provide the basic amenities like health, education, right, protection, right, and all the essential. That is why we have ministries created for different activities. Where they have what they call nation building ministries, like for example health, finance, agriculture, education. They call these more or less nation building ministries. And so these are some are the core functions. There are a whole set of items, but these are some of the core what I am speaking about here. So, and priority must be given, right, for all aspects for the betterment or the advancement of the society. So that is what I have to say for now.
Right.
And but one of the main things is there must be equity in this. We must never forget that word. People mix up equality with equity, but equity is a more, is a more a term that shows that everybody is considered as one, right?
Well, Mr. Lakota, coming up now, I have some bills to pay, but hear this, right? I want to know if it is that it will be possible that you could probably call back in the next hour and give me exactly what is the role of the opposition. Because basically, I know that you touched definitely on what the government role is, but also I want to get a more idea as to what is the role of the opposition as well.
Well, I may have to call you about it next. I want to call you as soon as you've done your messages, because I want to make a little turn.
All right, yeah, no problem. Well, we're gonna pay some bills now, and right after, once you listen, you could call, right?
Yeah, back here. Okay, good.
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much. All right, so we're gonna pay some bills, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next side of 1 o'clock. Yeah, the Street Council. Yours truly, Anderson.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A.R. Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Men, women, tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-6363.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke. And
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Welcome to Pizza Hut.
Hi, can I get a medium pepper?
Here you go.
Oh, wow. How did you...
It's Pizza Hut's Hot to Go. So you get taste, quality, and speed all in one go.
And I can get
one medium hot to go for $89 or two medium hot to go for $169 in pepperoni, Hawaiian, and veg, Monday to Friday.
Can you get
your girlfriend to forgive you as fast as our hot to go pizza? No, sir.
Come in and try our hot to go specials today at locations nationwide. Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
So line up, link up, creep up, rock and come in. It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Reggae Rock Sundays on the Shit 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi on the ones and twos. So make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Shit 919 FM. Got 'em our way, King Selassie.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM. Your #1 station for political insight and analysis.
All rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
So yes, guys, welcome back. It is the Street Council right here on the Street 919 FM, and I want to say again, good afternoon going on to each and every one of you. If you've just turned on your radio, good afternoon going on to you. All the crews on YouTube as well, good afternoon. Don't forget that you guys could be a part of the show. Just send your views into the comments, and we're gonna be able to see it. Again, make sure share it live. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a neighbor that the Street Council is on, and I'm your speaker, Anderson. I'm here with you guys until 4 p.m. Yeah, good afternoon, member. Are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Laukata in the session again.
Nice.
All right, the role of the opposition. In our system, which again is the Westminster system,
right?
The opposition role is a watchdog on the activities of the government or the administration at the time.
Right.
They have to pay attention, right, to all activities of the government in and outside the parliament, right? So, and the opposition is not only the official opposition in the parliament. You have pressure groups, right? Also, who may be opposed to the government, and then you have what they call minority parties, what they call them insurgent parties now. Dr. Williams will call them Makafushet parties. That is parties who do not have a seat, but they are political parties, but they do not have a seat in the parliament, but they monitor what is happening in the parliament. So, one of the key roles of the opposition is to support good law, right, or the passage of good bills in the parliament that will become an act that will benefit the citizenry as a whole, right? So they have to do that. They have also to, if they are not happy with what's happening with the government, the present administration, the opposition also have to inform the community of what is happening, right?
Right.
Right. That is one of the key roles. They must inform their dissatisfaction with the government. They must let the population know, and they also have to be. They should be reasonable. They should be reasonable too, right? It's not. well, it's Picong also is tit for tat kind of way. But the thing is, the main role is to be a watchdog, right? The public post and everything, there must be a watchdog, right? In the parliament, so that the population and the citizenry will benefit. And also, they are the government in waiting. We must not forget that, because look, any political party that comes into being, as they say in politics and the social sciences, political science, that parties come to capture power, not to be in opposition. So once a party is formed, it comes to capture power against whoever is the existing administration at the time.
Right.
Right? So that is about it. Right? These are the core. Right?
Right.
Right? So that is how it is.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Lockett. Thank you so much.
Okay, and before I go, in times of war, they should also, in times of war, when I mean war, like external aggression,
right,
also support whoever is the administration.
All right. Okay. Thanks again for that. All right. Let me take this other one. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, DJ, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Hi.
Afternoon, actually, whoever it is. You know, Mr. Lockett point out something, and it just makes me realize that we really don't have our opposition in place. Because the majority of the MPs on the opposition side right now are still focused on the era of 2010 to 2015. And what they are really charged with or tasked with at this point is keeping this present government on its toes and looking out for the citizens, mostly by way of their constituencies who they're supposed to be representing in the parliament, but looking at whatever shortcomings might present itself by way of the government side. But we don't have that. All we have is a set of things from 2010 to 2015 taking place in their arguments. And I don't know if they realize, ever since 2010, the day after Kamala was sworn in, PNM have been using Miss Kamala Prasad name over and over and over. So it's almost 15 years. Right? Now, we cannot go forward with our opposition still focusing on that period, especially when they just left office and had enough time, opportunity, resources to treat with all that been alleged that will have taken place. You come and waste our next 5 years talking about 2010 to 2015. You all should have done enough to address the issues that you all raised, right? Done enough to provide the information that you all have that convince all you, that all you could go on the platform and make all these statements. Should have done enough to pass it over to the relevant authorities so that something would be done about it. And if they believe the relevant authorities are not capable, calling for foreign investigators was limited to the Kerosene issue, or was that available for any other issue that arise when you find the police and they might have fallen short? You all had that opportunity, the opposition that is. I looked on and listening. I hope the sentiment was clear enough for people to understand.
Thank you so much, member.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
So yeah, I invite you guys to obviously be a part of the show, members, and give your views as to how you understand, how do you break it down in the aspect of the responsibilities of the government and also the opposition. And you see,
grudges and concentrate.
Everyone change has to start now, and we can't keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Discipline.
We can't expect that we should have a government
to build a strong and better nation. I say,
and an opposition, and every single time it's the same thing over and over.
Come, let us work hand in hand.
And since we have a new administration, I would love to know that they don't repeat the same mistakes that the previous administration would have done. And even when they were in power within 2010 to 2015, we don't want to see them repeat those same mistakes. This new administration should be focused on rebuilding, fixing whatever issues need to be fixed.
But the key to success is working hard.
And I expect that the opposition and also to the world, to all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago,
forget all your differences, let we start to build. And on what
to view them, to judge them by what they do now.
We must show
face value, you know.
Tolerance and production.
If it is that you have to question the Homeland Security Minister, question him based on his performance, not what they would have done before and all this sort of nonsense. Let us keep focused. All right. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dr. Anderson.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, President.
Dr. Dream along still?
He is on his way, but he's not feeling so well. So, you know, he's...
All right, okay. I got that a while ago, you know, but I now get back to my phone now, so I just question it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't want to say too much. Here's what I want to say. It's so heartfelt to recognize when one of our own giving us a solution that even help this program to be what it is and even the next one to be. And you know, we wouldn't take on to develop from ourselves and live ourselves, but we tend to look still onto other people to rule we with their ideas. Now, I don't want to call no name because about 2, 3 talk that I get in the ears just as an open phone. And when I talking about we must raise to take our survival into our own hand. See for self, do for self. And if we not come out to do that, every day we're going to be doing the same thing, the same rubbish every day, and looking for different results. I'm telling you, as you start a council here, and just as how we having the umpires in the afternoon, and a program is happening, have you yet recognized that?
Say that again.
Anderson?
Say that again.
Have you yet recognized that? That something is happening with these programs? That people uplifting and discipline recognition of a forward movement. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. If we could recognize it, then you know something at work. But I'm not taking on nobody to form no organization over my head at any point in time. Anytime I see that opening, I jump ship. Because that is not what we supposed to want. What we supposed to want is to see for self, do for self. As much as we have an organization that runs in the country right now, if you know how hard people watching black, because everything is not well as it looks, you know. We just bear in with it. We just staying with it. We got to talk later on because I'm not in position to really hold the kind of conversation I really want.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot, member. Thanks a lot, yeah. Now, you see, I want us to be honest to ourselves, you know, and I want us to really think, you know, of, and let me take this one before I get into it. Hi, good afternoon, member, welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, DJ Anderson.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, The Dream, wherever he is. You know, hope you're safe. I hope you're well. These Echoes.
Hi, Echoes.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you doing today?
I honestly cannot complain. It's good to be here with you guys.
That's good, man. Through the grace of God. So the function of our government, right? I just want to say the functions of the government, right? The function of the government is to provide goods and services to the people, like infrastructure, you know, services like, you know, food and all that, right? To have economic stability in the country, make sure that the money is shared equally, make sure that there's no systematic racism, make sure there's no geographical discrimination, nothing. That's the role of our government, right? To upload the law and order of the country to every citizen. The law is not above no one, right? To respect the rights of a citizen, the constitutional rights of a citizen. To implement social programs to help the less fortunate in a society. Because all the money the government have is taxpayers' money, right?
Correct.
So always remember that. Public health. Make sure that the health system is available and efficient and affordable for everyone. And to also have foreign direct investment in the country. But, DJ Anderson, I want to ask you a question. We really know where is good governance in Trinidad? Because I will bring up an issue. I will bring up in 2010 to 2015, people actually say, I listen to programs all over, that their life was a lot better. But then there are certain individuals will come and say, oh, oil price was high, this was high, that was high. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is the wealth is shared to the public, to the citizen. But then, when something is going right, they come up with propaganda. And I will bring it up. Emailgate. But never proven. But yet the public follow that trend. Because you know why? Because their party bring it up. You see, what we have to understand in this country called Trinidad and Tobago, none of the politicians living like how the average man living, you know. They don't have to go in the grocery. I talk about all politicians, and all CEOs of these boards and all of them who get 80,000 a month, 100,000, 120. They could go in the grocery and buy wherever they want. When we poor people had to go for vacation, we go to Tobago, but now going to Tobago is a luxury. Their children go in Ibiza and Hawaii and all that, you know. But why it is that when you're seeing progress in your life, propaganda has to come in, and you believe propaganda. Now, I bring up an issue yesterday. When UNC was in power, the People Partnership, and PNM bring up all the allegations when there was opposition, people believe it, right? Without proof. Now the UNC in power, and they're bringing up all these allegations. Why people don't believe what the UNC is saying? Now they were proof. You see, it's a double-edged sword. And this is the mindset we had to get out. But I have faith in the young people, the youths, social media programs like this and others, to get educated and know that our government role is to make your life easier for protection, so you have a future and future generation, and you can eat. A man is not a man if he cannot provide, you know. And when a man cannot provide, he turns into an animal in the jungle, you know, by any means necessary. So great conversation, and I would like to hear other people cut.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member.
Yeah, man.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Always great contribution by our members. And you could see that, you know, they are very open. And as we mentioned here, we try our best to keep it as very much balanced. This is never going to be one-sided.
In short, this is what I have to say.
Because the way to move forward,
let us forget,
never be one-sided.
And concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate.
You see on your ID card, you see on your passport,
ever we must show.
It says the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It doesn't say which party you support, because we are one.
So come, let us work.
And our watchwords are
come, my brother, come, my
production,
and let us build a nation
tolerance
together.
And I like those two, production and tolerance. Discipline. And our president added appreciation. And when you think about it, it's a good one to add there. And I want to remind you guys,
remember the key.
You guys could share the live as well. And good afternoon again to all. Because I'm seeing the live on YouTube is building. So good afternoon going out to you guys again. So today, you know, as I mentioned, you know, we wanted to look at the roles of the government and also the opposition. Yeah?
Discipline, tolerance,
and I really want us to be honest. Let's have an honest conversation today about governance and accountability in Trinidad and Tobago. Many people may not fully understand the distinct rules of the government and the opposition in our parliamentary democracy. And it's time we unpack that. The government forms the majority party and is responsible for creating, implementing policies, managing public services, and ensuring the country runs smoothly. But the opposition isn't just there to criticize.
So much of things that we need to see.
It plays a crucial role in holding the government accountable, scrutinizing legislations, representing alternative viewpoints on national issues. Now let's dive into a topic that continues to shape the political climate in Trinidad and Tobago. The ongoing sidelining of the opposition. Now, regardless of which party has held the seat of government over the years, one thing remains consistent. The opposition is too often treated as an afterthought rather than a vital part of our democracy. Now, this isn't just about politics, it's about principle. The opposition exists to represent the voices of those who don't vote for the ruling party. Their role is to question policies, challenge decisions, and provide alternative solutions. Now, yet time and time again, we have seen them excluded from meaningful dialogue, dismissed in parliamentary debates, and their recommendations ignored. This kind of political culture isn't healthy. And for any democracy, it fosters division, weakens accountability, and leaves the entire segment of the population feeling unheard.
Because now, more than ever,
so today I'm asking you,
discipline, tolerance.
You, our members, what has this become, or why has this become a norm?
I say,
shouldn't our elected leaders, regardless of party, be working together in the best interests of the country?
Because this is our land.
Now let's get real about both sides of the aisles. Being in opposition in Trinidad and Tobago has long meant being sidelined regardless of party colors. Let's explore few notable moments. Now, UNC in opposition, I will take you back September 2024. The Chaguanas West MP, Dinesh Rambali, lamented that the UNC MPs were sidelined for a long time, repeatedly ignored when seeking to contribute to key debates. Now, Rodney Charles, the MP for Naparima at the time, echoed this saying. He was left out of pre-budget discussions and parliamentary planning. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Keith Rowley, publicly criticized the UNC for abstaining from national constitutional reform. So the Honorable Prime Minister at the time, he criticized UNC for abstaining from national constitutional reform talks, indicating their voices were being deliberately omitted. And I could also recall where the media would have asked the Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Keith Rowley, about certain things about the opposition. The opposition at that time was the UNC. And his response was, I don't want to hear nothing from that woman and her minions. And I found that to be utterly distasteful. Now, PNM in opposition between 2010 and 2015, Keith Rowley served as the leader of the opposition under PNM. However, his tenure was marked by internal dissent and public criticism for lack of direction and transparency. Now, in April 2025, after the general election, the PNM won just 13 seats, down from 22, leaving them severely weakened in opposition. Now, MPs openly discussed being left out of strategic planning and sideline internally. Now, you may ask the question, why does this matter? When either major party shifts to opposition, the trend seems unchanged. Their voices shrink, debates narrow, and parliamentary scrutiny weakens. That means thousands of voters are left without representation.
Come, let us sit and try to relate.
Now we want your voice.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
We want your voices, members,
discipline,
in this.
And production.
Have you noticed the opposition being muted or sidelined in the past or recent parliamentary sessions?
That is the main form.
Do you think stronger rules are needed to ensure consistent and meaningful opposition participations?
Our land. Come my brother, come my sister.
So I invite you guys to pick up your phones,
together.
Use the comment section, and let's talk about how we can restore true democratic balance in Trinidad and Tobago. Call and tell me what you think is the continued marginalization of the opposition.
Remember, the key to success is working hard.
I really want to know, is the continued marginalization of the opposition just political strategy, or is it undermining the very foundation of our democracy?
Surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build.
So let me say good afternoon going out to my co-host, Mr. Hashim. He's actually here, our next speaker. Afternoon, Hashim.
Good afternoon, Anderson. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Apologies for my late arrival to the council this afternoon. But health must be prioritized at certain junctures, and today was one of those days. Nonetheless, I made sure to make myself present for this vital conversation that we are having this afternoon. So I hope you all are doing well wherever you all are standing. And acknowledging protocol already established.
Well, I thank God that you were able to make it. So yeah, we talking about obviously the roles of the government and also the opposition. And as I went through my editorial, I stress on the point of even previously, this administration who's in power now, when they were in the role of opposition, they were also sidelined.
Right.
And the PNM would also say that, in opposition, they have also been sidelined, and it seems like it's always a pattern.
Right.
And instead that we spend more time to get the work of the nation done, we spend so much time in bantering and going back and forth. And I'm saying that we need to be able to move forward in a more positive, with a more positive direction. And as this administration is almost just 2 months, we don't want them to make the same mistakes that was made in the past.
Indeed.
So, I asked the question, is it just, and I wanted to ask, obviously, the members, if they also notice if the opposition was muted or sidelined in the past or recent parliament sessions. And if you be honest with yourself, I don't think you could call in here today and say you have never seen that happen. It has happened over and over again.
Of course, that always tends to happen whenever one administration is in power. I don't know if it is just some underlying form of pettiness, because, and especially if an opposition has been in opposition for multiple election cycles,
right?
And they finally get a chance to hold the torch. I think they want to speak the loudest and make sure that they are heard, and sideline anything else, because they have been the ones that have been silenced for too long. But that's the thing. The opposition is not there to be silenced, right? We're talking about what the difference between the administration and an opposition is. The main political parties who did not win enough seats in the form of the government,
right,
their roles are to hold the administration accountable, first and foremost, debate questions and challenge government decisions, right? That is what they're there to do. So if the Minister for Homeland Security comes with an idea to fund Secret Service for the Prime Minister, for example, the opposition has to come and ask, okay, how is this beneficial to the nation? How does this make us look? What is it going to cost? Is this necessary? Right? And at the same time, offer alternative policies. Is it possible that this Secret Service can be pushed to a later date and we focus resources on something else? Right? Representing the voices of the population who didn't vote for the ruling party.
Right.
That's what they are there to do. Every time an opposition decides to question the ruling administration, I feel like people who are loyal to party just find them, like, as we say in Trinidad, is a fight down thing. I always fighting me down. Right? It's not a fight. No, they are doing their job. Whoever is in opposition is supposed to ask these questions, particularly if the decisions that the administration are making are going poorly and affecting the nation in a negative way.
Correct.
That is what they're there to do.
The way how this thing is set up at present, Hashim, I want to tell our members that I feel like we should not have an opposition. Right now, I think that the country could save some money by not having an opposition. Because it does not make sense having an opposition. It's like paying people, and it does not serve a purpose.
To banter and argue with each other. I totally agree. You have a call there?
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, when I get you understand, when the dream, bro.
Evening. Yeah. I couldn't leave while you're hanging this evening.
Yeah. Nice to see you, brother.
Thank you.
Echoes again.
Yeah, echoes.
All right. So you're saying the opposition getting sideline, right? Let me ask both of you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I in government and both of you all is opposition,
right?
And I say, let's bring back the children life funds to save the children. Mind you, all this money we be spending here is taxpayers' money. So I say I'm gonna bring back the children life fund. Would you both of you object for that?
Here's the beautiful thing. No, go ahead. All right, finish it. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a second part. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I will listen to a lot of you now because other people want to call in. And the second thing, they say laptop for all, but they say do a means test because the rich will not get laptops. But we had a past prime minister who said make the rich richer and give out millions of dollars for contract to the rich. How many rich people, children going to school right now? Let's say 100. Let's say a laptop costs $2,000. 100 by 2,000 is how much?
200,000?
20 G's? 20 G's?
200,000.
200, right? 200,000. That is any kind of money to talk about? So I would like both of your views on that.
All right,
I would object to that.
All right, no problem. We'll definitely respond to that.
Yeah. All right. So if we are in opposition and Echoes has this idea for children's life fund,
right?
Of course, we want to make sure that our children are secure, right? But at the same time, I still have to ask the necessary questions. Where is the funding going to come from, right? Of course we can say we want to save the children. Of course we can say that. But we also have to know where that money is coming from to save the children, right? How is it going to be implemented over a source of time? Is there a structure for it? We can't just dive headfirst in and say, save the children, save the children, save the children, and just pour it all in. Because as much as we want to save the children, we still have to take care of the country as well.
Opposition is not about just opposing.
Yeah, it's not about opposing. It is about asking the necessary questions.
Correct. And if it is that
keep in mind, this is functioning opposition, not petty squabbling we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Not just because you had the idea for the Children Life Fund. I am not to suck my teeth and point out why that is not necessary, right? There's a difference between petty squabbling and asking the necessary questions, right? Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there are times, albeit very rarely, where members of administration and opposition actually agree, right? We had a rare surprise, I think last week or week before, when former Prime Minister and one of the MPs from Tobago, who are notoriously at odds with each other, agreed on a matter that was at hand. Right? So it happens, even if it is rare. The opposition and administration can both agree on something as well.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Again, gentlemen. Afternoon, Ashim. I just want to strengthen the contribution of your last caller. I don't know why Ole send him to the front of the class. You see, the problem is not the questions that the opposition is asking, You see, when we have history on our side and the opportunity to compare the actions of these people, then we could clearly see when we're being taken for fools. So, on one hand, you're asking questions about, are we having a means test for the laptop? You understand? You're asking questions surrounding implementing the Children's Life Fund. Okay, no problem. But no question was asked when Dr. Rowley was making these statements and making the decisions that he was taking, that was giving the wealthy all these monetary opportunities in front of the people who really need it. no means test to say, well, this increase that we're going and accept for all these politicians and them. Do we really need it? Should we look at cutting back and take somewhere that we enjoy? No type of discussion like that. No questions at all surrounding the actions by Dr. Rowley. But you are coming now, right? When we the nation have that, we see that that was your action or inaction.
So remember,
and coming with this kind of.
Yeah, so remember, you're just clarifying that
now.
So remember, you're just clarifying that the opposition at the time did not ask these same questions of Dr. Rowley. That's what you're trying to say.
The no opposition, members of Dr. Rowley's government, didn't have anything to say as it relates to these decisions.
Or members of his own, members of his own side.
Okay. They're asking about means test and this and that and the other. The action should line up all the time. It can't be no, you no want to ask about means test. If means test was on your mind, it should have been on your mind when the SRC offer was accepted. And you know the thing about this SRC, when it came the first time, the proposed increase for the Prime Minister was about 53%. When Dr. Rowley sent it back and it came again, that post of Prime Minister left from 33% increase and gone all the way up to 47%. And Dr. Rowley saw that as good work. At a time when he telling the population, if that dragon gas deal don't come to fruition, well, you cook. And asking the entire nation to wait until 2027 to get a real financial ease. While all you have to go in the store to see before they could buy a better belt, because the belt they was wearing can no longer be buckled. And people on the lower end use up all the holes in the belt already.
Thanks for your contribution.
So much that the buckle reach some people's spine. But you could feel good about yourself to come in Parliament and ask about means test. You ought to stay quiet and try to see how you could really represent people and focus on the current action of the present administration. Don't come with that rubbish about means test. Means test my foot. Means test my foot. Where was the means test for the empty buildings that all was renting? Lord have mercy on us in this place. You know, I tell you, we do not have an opposition just yet because they don't understand that they will get nowhere. We're talking about things from 2010 to 2015 after you had full opportunity to treat with it. And you had everything at your disposal. That we're asking, is it that calling for foreign investigation is only for the current issue? If all you find that the responsible agencies not cutting it, then do just like what you did, Dr. Rowley, and call for foreign investigators in all these matters that you and your party made allegations about the People's Partnership. But to come now in 2025 and go back with that same strategy, I mean, as the caller said, best we wasting time paying all in opposition. We just wasting time.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member.
I love you.
Yeah, man.
Never.
So now I want us to be able to break down, you know, the previous caller mentioned, like for instance, this thing where they're asking for the means test. Now, I want us to be honest and I want us to be as very much as being fair, right? Now, Hashim, if you and I are in the same government and you decide that your ministry decide that you all want to go forth with a project, even if I have a question about it, I would not stand and ask you that question because we're on the same side, right? So yes, I would have my concerns, but I may just ask you it when
the cameras are off, when the meeting is adjourned.
Like, Hashim, I you know, I understand that you want to give the children laptops. How we funding that, boy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask you
On the floor.
On the floor, because we're on the same side.
Exactly.
So I want to be fair that there were members within the previous administration that may have sat down there and hear certain things, but not
and
because
probably
they
wanted
didn't,
to ask those same questions.
Not because they didn't raise their hand and stand up and ask, hey, how are we doing this, or why are we doing this, or do you think it has a better way? It's not that they didn't want to ask, but obviously they didn't want to shine up their party, shine up their
own party and make them their own selves, And listen, that may sound absurd to many of you out there listening. Like, why would you not pull up your own person?
No, you are pulling
but
them up.
here's the thing. No, but you're not pulling them up in that public setting for everyone to see. And that's the thing. Everybody wants to see that. But that's not how politics works. As crazy as it sounds, you're not going to see two people on the same side unless it's like extremely serious, contesting each other about something, right? Especially when it's like on the floor in an official, government format or forum, right? That is something you, in your internal meetings that the press is not privy to, you meet and you discuss about those things. Hey, what them said across the aisle, they have a point, We have anything that we could do? What are we going to tell them?
It is just like you working on your employer. You wouldn't want your employer to come to embarrass you in front of a customer. I have seen where employers would probably just smile it off and whatever, and when the customer leaves, they say, hey, you wasn't supposed to do that. This is the way it's supposed to be done.
Right.
And you moved to suit. Right? So let us be fair. And also, the person that raised the question of a means test is Hans, right? He is new to this. He wasn't there within that last administration
to ask said question.
Correct.
Right.
And he also, when he asked the question, he said the reason why he's asking the question is because the administration now is claiming that the country doesn't have money. So if it is that we're going to put out X amount of dollars for laptops, I'm not saying no, but what I'm saying is, did we do a means test to see exactly? So it's not, I wouldn't say it's not a good question to be asked. What I'm saying is that the administration could literally just say, noted, we could look into it. And I think I have to give the current Minister of Education a round of applause because he responded very respectfully and he said no, they didn't look into it or whatever the case may be, and that was it. But you could have heard that the other persons on the side, on his side,
they were sucking their teeth and it's noisy and yeah. Well, so credit to the education minister for responding with decorum.
Right. And he did well.
And so again, this brings up something important. Even though the opposition was the administration in the past, we also have to take into consideration that there are new members of parliament on both sides that aren't fully privy to every action that was happening within the past 5 to 10 years. They were, like us, regular citizens who can only watch from afar to a certain extent without having full knowledge of things. So when certain members from both sides ask certain questions, they are asking not just for our benefit, but for theirs as well, so that they can be brought up to speed and ask the questions that need to be asked. If that makes sense. So we can't just paint them with a broad brush all the time and say, why didn't they ask these same questions when they was in power spending money helter-skelter, right? When not all of these members were in those administrations spending money helter-skelter. That was neither here nor there for them. They are there now and asking the questions that are necessary now, right? And again, I know this sounds absurd to a lot of people, but again, politics is an entirely different game, and we can watch, we can comment, we can complain from the outside of the Red House looking in. But until many of us are in those seats with these questions at hand, I'm genuinely hopeful that a lot of y'all out there with the same fervor that y'all are contesting our leaders, I would hope that you have that same fervor if you ever had the chance to sit in Parliament and ask these questions and address these issues. I would very much hope that that passion for your country does not fade with the glitz and glamour of politics or the shine or temptation of money and funds. I genuinely really do, because y'all make some intelligent inquiries and intelligent challenges to our leaders. But again, we don't know how any of us would really react when it's time to, when we actually put in those positions.
And I want you guys to please, again, I ask you guys to be honest to yourself, put yourself in the position, and also let us just not look at today. I'm talking about in general. This is something that has been happening, and I have mentioned, I am not only talking about the current opposition, I'm speaking of when this previous administration was in opposition, and I mentioned of I mentioned a couple of incidents where they were sidelined, which was wrong. I even mentioned where the Honorable Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Keith Rowley, would have referred Dr. Keith Rowley, sorry, and they would have when they asked him, you know, about what he thinks about, you know, the comments or the suggestions made by the opposition leader at the time, the Honorable Kamala, and he was like, he don't want to hear anything from that mad woman and her minions.
And that was not.
And that was distasteful, as I said, very distasteful.
You're not the old man knocking dominoes on the corner. You're the Prime Minister of a country.
Don't matter who is in opposition, their voices are relevant, because guess what? There are thousands of persons who voted for them to be a part of
the
Parliament.
Even if their party did not win, they are
there. So
there.
I am saying, if this is the attitude that we're going to continue with, then we shouldn't have an opposition.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And I feel there are a lot of reasons that why we should just be a single government at present. But I want to get into that in the next hour, because we're about to take a commercial break.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the ones that I saw that some of you were calling, but because I saw the time, I said we would probably take your calls in the next hour. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is very true. We have to be able to move forward in this new administration, or in this new era of Trinidad and Tobago's history, with a lot more sense from our leaders, right? You need to throw the pettiness away. We have been through too much as a people for us to still harbor these same practices and attitudes from decades and last century gone by, right? We need to be able to challenge each other professionally and intellectually and make good decisions for our people, no matter who is in charge.
And you see this new administration, if we want to see them move beyond this one, beyond 5 years, we need to fix the issues that happened before, and pray to God that they don't repeat it. So we're gonna pay some bills, and then after we're gonna come back in the next hour to continue our conversation. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
It's easy on a Sunday morning. Tune in to Street 91.9 FM at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Minister Corey Joseph and the Youth Empowerment Foundation, as we inspire you, motivate you, and educate you to achieve your dreams and purpose. Live your best life now. Support our vision and programs at any Republic Bank, the Youth Empowerment Foundation, account number 0902-3963-3931. For prayer, counseling, and social outreach, WhatsApp 1-868-701-5555 or call 273-1998. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Think big. God has a plan for your life. There is destiny inside of you screaming to come out. Sponsored by JD Guides Funeral Home and Stan Media. We care about you.
Young people of our nation, ignite Ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Fire Mood Fridays on the Street 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi. All genres of music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in. Fire Mood Fridays. Club 919 FM. You don't know. Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 30% off appliances today. Plus, shop appliance bundle deals and get up to $1,000 in mini appliances. No cash, higher purchase plans available. Save more now at Furniture Plus.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Join the winning team with Pasta Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Live on the street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember, every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Live on the street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM, your number one station for political insight and analysis.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim. Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say.
So just about 3 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock, and it's the Street Council right here on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the house are Anderson and Hashim, and we're taking you guys 3 to 4 p.m. today. Let me say good afternoon going out to all that are streaming us live via YouTube and Facebook, also via our website. Now remember to share the live, share it with your friends and family. Let them know the Street Council is on. And I invite you guys to also be a part of our conversation right here on the Street 919 FM. Let me take this one before we dive back. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Like it's time down in the house, boys. Anyhow, Mr. Hashim, good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, member Lockett. How are you doing?
Well, I'm okay for now, thank God.
All right.
There's 2 points I want to make quickly. You all were talking about people cannot speak when they're in government, especially in the cabinet. Right? Now, what is happening? There's a doctrine for the what they call the executive, which is the cabinet, the doctrine of collective responsibility.
Right.
That mean you have to hold your peace, and you have to go with the flow. So put it simply. Right.
Right.
So if you do not do that, you could end up being a dissident. Right.
Right.
Right. And the other point I want to raise is that you all are talking about a one-party kind of government. But under our system doesn't really cater for that kind of thing. We must have two parties with representatives in the House of Representatives. Right? So the majority will form the government, and the minority will form the opposition. In 1971,
now, before you continue, we're not really asking for that. We're just saying that based on how things are looking at present and how things go, it seems like it's better we don't have an opposition.
Well, I know you're not asking for it, but in case, I just mentioned it. It happened here. We had a no-vote campaign in 1971.
Right.
Right? So the PNM was 36 seats at the time. The PNM gained only 36 seats. Now, Mr. Robinson from Tobago, he had a party they called the DAC. And he joined up with Mr. Vernon Jamada here, who was the leader of the Democratic Labour Party. And they joined up together and they formed a party they called ACBC DLP. And they took no part in that election, right? So it was what they call a no-vote campaign. So we end up with 36. So the PNM ended up with 36 seats. So then a member of the PNM, I think was the representative for Point Forte, I think his name was Dr. Elton Richardson, right? They say he was asked to just to form opposition, but I wasn't there. But other people said, "Well, no, he really formed the opposition." Right? So he was a lone opposition member, right? After being on a PNM ticket. So the point I'm trying to raise is that you under the system we operate, we should have two parties in the at least two parties in the parliament. So the majority government, the minority opposition. So that's what, I don't want to mention that, right? Because politics is a science and it's not any kind of rum shop thing. It's a detailed activity.
You sure it's not a rum shop?
Well, some people, your home could end up being a rum shop, Although you do have a Caribbean sign by your house. Yeah? So I just mentioned that because I see people need guidance. We do not have political education in Trinidad, right? And if it used to have it, don't have it no more. So people doesn't know. People just go like the piper. One person says something, and a whole crowd behind them. But politics is a science, and we have to be very careful. What we say, how things are done, and that is how it is, right? Again, we operate under a system they call the Westminster system, whether we like it or not, by the prevailing system. Okay? So that's all I have to say. I'm my foot time in the house. I want to break that chain and go out of business.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Lauketa. Thank you. Yeah, as usual, great contribution.
Of course.
Yeah. But when you look at it, we do.
Is it a
what he mentioned?
It feel like a rum shop for real, eh?
What he mentioned that we are political drama and a political bacchanal.
Yeah, it could be a series, like one of them reality shows.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, it could be a series. Hello.
Hi, member.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon. Hey, good afternoon. I'm coming here, but I don't know for a shoot today. I know the last call I said we're not politically correct. It is when East West crowd are politically correct. For them concerned voting a government and no development, no upliftment. You didn't find so? The East Indian, them politically correct. I see them on TC show a video and I asking some young students who go in UWE, what you think about politics? Them say them don't vote. And the Indian guys say politics is consequences, betterment for your children. So we are educated with children about politics. Politics is a serious thing. Politics is about life. Bless.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution, member.
I wonder if, right, the study of politics should be introduced at a lower level of education. More than just knowing what a administration or an opposition is, or who is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago and those kind of things. Like literally.
Even if they introduce it at a younger age, if it is that we don't change the culture.
No, I absolutely agree. But I just mean for that same education purpose.
The ending result is still going to be the same. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mums. How are you?
Yeah. No, this government, no go on there. This government, they have a year, it can have 6 months, it can have nothing. And far as the people can see, this government is doing good things for now. One of them call and say that wealth should be shared equally. Which government in Trinidad ever share wealth for people? But everything in the country would be equally, like they say, when she wins, everybody wins. People cannot understand. Water rate, everybody will pay less. Light bill will be the same. Everybody would not have to pay the property tax. Everybody will be equal when she wins. But the same question that they posing now to this government who now go, they couldn't pose it all the time at all to the other party. I wonder why. All they want this, all they want to know that, all they want to, what was wrong with all the people when the PNM government was there. And this government, look at the Attorney General. Look at Wade Mack. Look at Alexander. Look at the good people there. And they're doing good work. And I could go on and on and on. And they're doing good work. Everybody is equal. Look, Mr. X. Mr. X is a fella. Was on a radio station. He said the worst thing about that woman.
Yeah, I know.
He can't win an election. He go up on a party. And the Ramadan sponsor everything for him. He didn't win. But he get a place. He get a place he beg. On the radio station, he used to be begging people to ask him to finish his business. And he wants cameras. So who he gonna help? And he used to say he's a businessman. Who would he help? But they're posing questions to who they should talk all the time. If they now go, if they do something wrong, I'm an elderly. I will be in it too. I will talk. I the first one will talk. Because I know what that because I'm my nephew, a pensioner, a poor woman pays $100 for the month. Hospital don't have. And when they don't have the grade of the medicine. You hear? And only 3 medicines, correct? Cresta, Gomez, right? And then you have to buy other things with that. So where they was all the time. Thank you, boys. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Mums.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
And I want to give a shout out to the Minister Vandana Mohit. See that she's doing a lot of work in the aspect of her ministry, and where senior citizens are concerned, and there were over 7,000 persons that were still waiting to get their pensions and so forth sorted out, and she and her staff have been working diligently to try to resolve some of those issues, and I have to applaud her that she is working for the people, working for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and I really hope that she continues to progress in that ministry and even beyond, and that is also someone I would say that Trinidad and Tobago should look at, because she shows a lot of potential, and she shows that her heart is in the right place, and I hope that she doesn't fall within the culture that we talk about, this culture, of
rum shop politics, I think we could call it. Rum shop politics.
So back to the topic at hand. Now I know that Echoes and Horrors, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He would have mentioned 2 scenarios, and I didn't really want to look into these scenarios that are happening right now in particular, because I was speaking more or less in general, but just to shine a light on it, where he spoke about asking for means tests, even Chris mentioned it as well, and what you want to ask about that now for, and I just want to remind the nation, because sometimes too we tend to forget how the conversation went, you know. And again, just to give credit where credit is due, Mr. Hans is new to this, but I saw nothing wrong with him asking the question, because as we have been hearing from the previous administration, tighten your belt, country hard, right? And then you heard this administration saying they squander money, right? The previous administration squander money, and the country don't have money, and we have overdrafts here, and we're working on how much billions of dollars they asked to continue the balance of over 3 billion.
3 billion until the national budget.
Right. So, I mean, by hearing all of these things, if you are honest to yourself, you yourself might ask some questions. So listen to this, yeah?
$76 million additional ask. We would like to know, you speak of constraints. Is there a means test being done for these laptops and these devices? So, given that there's no means test, or he didn't answer, sorry, the Honorable Minister didn't answer, sorry. His colleagues did.
So, remember, there is no means test being applied.
Nice.
Right.
Well, given that the Minister of Finance stated that there are so many constraints, wouldn't it be more fiscally responsible to be doing a means test for this particular item?
Equality may not be a concept that you understand, sir. But when we are dealing with children, priority is given to equality. Thank you.
Perhaps the minister doesn't understand equality and equity and how those two things can be different.
Thanks for your lesson.
However, I do have a follow-up question there. Are these devices already being procured? What part of the procurement process are we regarding these devices? Does the minister have an answer?
We will advise in due course.
Thank you very much, sir.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
What do you think about that? Don't you not think that was a nice dialogue?
That is dialogue. And there's quips. Respectful quips. Back and forth. Right? None of this dunsy talk or who's shopping or who should hush. Right? And those who mumbling in the background need to be quiet. You know, the MP was not talking to you.
And the Minister of Education, as I said, answered really with what's the word I'm looking for, boy? The man was, as I said, respectful.
Very mindful, very demure.
Yes,
very demure.
You know, and he didn't get into mudsliding.
Right.
You know? And you could tell that this administration is made up of different individuals with different backgrounds, but persons who literally are there to serve.
And I can appreciate that.
They are there to serve.
I can appreciate that. Just as I can appreciate that there are intelligent questions being asked by certain members of the opposition. Right? So when these intelligent questions are being asked, put the people who have the intelligent answers forward to answer, please. You know, those who can respond in kind. And if we have to quip, let us quip.
Do the
amicably.
People business.
Do the people work.
Do the people business.
That is all.
Do the people business. You don't need to get down into all, every minute is mudsliding and what you didn't do and why you didn't ask this question 2 years ago and blah blah blah. Let us stick to what is relevant.
And why would you ask that question of somebody who was not even in Parliament 2 years ago?
Come on, we could do better.
I think the term rumshot politics, we need to, I don't know if it has been official, is that an official term, but I think we need to coin it.
Because, as I said, This has not been happening now. It has been happening even when they were in opposition. Huh?
Oh, the background, I mean.
Yeah. It was happening even when they were in opposition. When the current administration was in opposition, this problem was happening. And I can't believe that we could literally sit, even those in parliament, yeah, even those in parliament right now, right? Why it is that we still mentioning things that happened in 2010, in 2015. We need to move, we need to be able to move forward without always have to be bringing up things that happened over more than 10 years.
Y'all have had children, put children through school in that time, and y'all are still holding on to these things.
Come on.
When like I said it in jest yesterday, but it is really a good comparison. When your wife or your girlfriend brings up things from 10 years ago, you doesn't get frustrated?
Judge me, and again, judge our current administration based on their performance
today,
individually. Judge Khadija Amin based on what she does now, not what she did in 2010 to 2015. Do not
was
judge.
She even a part of, was she even a part of it then?
I believe so. Don't judge the Minister Mohit by what she did then. Judge her now. Because
it's a new day.
They are all human beings. They may not have made all the right decisions. And in reference to Mr. Saddam Hussein and Vandana Mohit, they are still very much new into politics. Right? So give them a chance, right? Just as Mr. Alexander, he's new to this, so he's not going to be able to cross all the T's and dot every I. But hey, it have a clip. I would play it in the last hour. It's sort of funny, but yeah, you know, you guys need to be able to be fair and to focus on the things that are really, really relevant when coming to being in that house. That house is not your home where you could squander and hide all your bacchanal.
Yeah.
Listen, this is where major, and I say it again, major decisions are made that definitely affects all of us. And when you see seriousness, serious topics, serious things being laughed at and joked about and
or trying to be brushed aside or heckled at, how can y'all put confidence in people who do those things?
And that's why I had to ask the question, should we really have an opposition? Should we? The next one that Echoes raised was I think it's the Children Fund.
Yeah.
And I understand that the opposition would have said that they welcome the Children Fund, but there were certain amendments that they wanted to be adjusted to kind of better it. Now, at the end of the day, the current administration, you have the power. If nobody never told you it, we are telling you it on the council here. You are in power, you have the power.
You have the final say.
You have the final say. So
after all is said and done.
Even if I have a question about it, you could respectfully and with some sort of level of professionalism say, noted, I would look into this. We would take this into consideration. You don't have to blatantly come out and be like,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Why I didn't do it in 2022? You know, blah, 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 this and that. And it turns out into a fish market. Right through.
Why? Listen
to this response from one of the senators. I think this was based on Faris Alwari giving, you know, his review on the amendment of the Children Fund. Right? Listen to what she had to say. Very, very short, but listen to it.
My contribution as far as Senator Arawi's contribution will be short. I thank him for his expansive, detailed list of suggestions, clause by clause, given towards our amendment of this bill. It is a shame these weren't given in the last 10 years.
Shame.
So she said that it's a shame that it wasn't given in the last 10 years. My thing is, why can't we not look at what is being suggested or the recommendations that are being asked and say we could look at it?
The rest is unnecessary. The rest is unnecessary.
Let me tell you something. Some of these ministers will be so busy in their different ministries that sometimes they don't find the time, not to make an excuse, but they don't find the time sometimes to even be able to look into another person's ministry. And again, Mr. Faris Alwari was not responsible for that. So he may not have found the time to look within that particular amendment or legislation
with full detail or insight.
Exactly. So if he decides now to look at it because it's something on the table and has a comment on it, why can't we not take it? Why can't we not say, let us look at it?
And even if you have that thought that why he didn't give those suggestions 10 years ago, you don't have to say it on the floor. We will take it under consideration. That is what your response is supposed to be.
Correct.
Plain and simple.
We can't.
What is with all the extra pomp and circumstance?
We can't continue to be carrying on in this manner. Where are we going?
Rum shop politics.
Trinidad and Tobago, where are we going? Members, where are we going if it is that we cannot agree to disagree? Why can't we not take things that persons are saying on the opposite side with a pinch of salt and say, you know what? We might just give it a look. We might take it into consideration.
And even if...
And isn't it for country,
No,
Hashim?
it's supposed to be for country, of course. Again, I don't disagree. Sorry, somebody made a comment yesterday about putting party before country. I will never in my life say that. All right, country first, before anything else. But again, even after all of that, if you do not like or so staunchly do not want to do anything the opposition says, right? You can at the very least show some sense of poise and show that you are an actual politician. Because again, like Speaker Anderson said, at the end of the day, to the current administration, you have the final say no matter what. So you can very well in your parliament say, we will take these under consideration. And when whatever decision you make on anything comes out, right? And the opposition comes and asks you, what about such and such? You recommend? I said, we took these under consideration and found them to be such and such and such. And while we did implement a few things, not everything that you recommended was viable to us at this time. And we move forward. Because you're going to move forward with your own plans anyway.
You
just
have
do
that
it
last say. You have that last say.
You have the last say at the end of the day. It does not matter. Well, let me not say it does not matter. You have the final say at the end of the day. Point blank, period. Whatever they have to say, you take into consideration. There might be something beneficial there. And if there is, you can have the courtesy to point out and say, you had a point in that matter, and we took that into the consideration while implementing this such and such.
And how our system is set up. Today, you might be in power. And tomorrow you might also be in opposition. So that's what I'm saying too. We need to fix it now. That the opposition at the end of the day should be able to not be sidelined.
Because I don't want this administration to repeat
the same mistakes.
I don't need to hear that you don't want to hear nothing with what they have to say. You get so lost in your own thoughts and the other sycophants around you. Get so caught up in the positions that you are in. Forget and neglect country. And then the cycle has to wash and repeat all over again. Because as many people rightfully point out, just as the last administration was completely swiped away and put this one in, the same thing can very well happen to you. Not because it was given to you doesn't mean that that necessarily means that they wanted you over them.
And members, remember, look at this, look at this. Look at how our system is set up. No party has ever been able to really serve 3 consecutive terms.
I'm not gonna pretend to know the history. Nobody. Okay.
3 consecutive? Nah.
Okay.
You get 2, you get lucky. But most times, 1 term, and we vote them out to vote somebody else in.
Yeah.
So if you think that by saying, well, this is the reason why we vote them out and blah, 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 you might be in power today, but you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Because
that is why we need to fix things so that all voices, whether you are in power or on the opposite side, could be heard. Because listen, those on the opposite side, as I said, thousands of persons still voted for them. And if people did not believe in those individuals, they would not be a part of the opposition in Parliament. So give them that voice. Give them that opportunity to give their contribution and say, listen, we should literally probably take this with a pinch of salt. Let us see if it have any merit to it. Because mind you, from both sides, they just speak a lot of lies. And if you don't take it with a pinch of salt, Lord knows. Lord knows. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
President, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
No, I listen, right? I don't really call. I am much in the calling. But I like your topic today. You see, President, let's talk about a third party. Here is where the third party come out. That when this kind of stripping is going in, the third party will pull them up. Because it's time that this type of politics really stops. I agree with that 100%. It's time to unite, to get it passed, and let's try to build this country. But it needs another party to pull them up. Okay? I go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Now, you know, I know that some persons would come across with this thing, because I'm actually seeing somebody comment here and say, you know, they find that the council, us, we bias. I can't see how we bias, eh?
I am not one here to try and change anyone's.
Yeah. Once you don't agree with someone, obviously the first thing they would say is that you're against them or you're biased, whatever the case may be. You understand?
And if we sounding biased to you, I mean, I apologize. If that, not much I can do to change your mind if you think I'm being biased.
It is what it is.
Because as far as I've been hearing, and I go back and watch our episodes sometimes, I think we should throw criticism at every politician we can, not just one on one side.
Hashim, you know, we like it. We like it like this. We like this.
What do you do when you're stressed?
I stress others. Balance is important.
For the ones that miss that, hear what we love to do. Hear what we love to do.
What do you do when you're stressed?
I stress others. Balance is important.
So
I am posting that today.
We are bringing that balance to you guys, and we are pointing it out from our perspective and how we see it. Yeah. So let me take another call here. Hi, good afternoon, Echoes. Once again.
Good evening again, guys.
Good evening.
I just have one thing to bring forward.
Yeah.
You remember for the local government election,
I can't recall, but go ahead.
Local government reform. So the money they collected from property tax would be used in the communities to develop and to fix and to clean for the trash and the roads and wherever.
Yes.
Did that ever happen? Did that ever happen?
Well, to be very honest, I've been hearing words of or things from the current administration that doesn't seem to be the case, and they've been asking where the money is.
Exactly. So you see, on one hand, they do stuff, and they're not accountable for it. They still going to how do they call it?
Constabulary?
Some consider. I can't remember the word, man. Confederable account or something. I can't remember which count it is.
Okay.
Right? But on one hand, they're not responsible for their own actions. But now they come in to ask this present government where they get any money from and where this and that. You see, you can't ask for accountability from one party when you didn't have accountability. And this is the problem. You see, nobody upset which party you vote for. No? But if your party is doing something that is not correct and something that they see and it's not happening, you have to hold them accountable. You cannot hold our next party accountable for that. You have to hold your party accountable. You see, the past Prime Minister came on a platform and said $100 million for the urban areas who needed development. Never happened. And they consider it. So you see, the thing is, you have to hold your party accountable before you hold other party accountable. You see, we ask any questions where UNC getting the money from, right? But for the past 10 years, we have been a budget of over $50 billion, right? What changed from 2024 to 2025? We get any foreign direct investment? Any new investment in this country? Any same way they were getting money, any same way UNC will get money?
Boy, they were saying that they was working on a deficit for a deficit budget for how many years now? You know?
That is the thing.
But I get you. I get exactly where you're coming from.
That's the thing, is a deficit because they were borrowing. But let me ask you guys a question, right? Where are we in technology right now in this country? We behind the curtains. The world is getting, the technology is advancing while we in the back. If you have to, before you say, if you have to invest in this country, you have to invest in the children to bring them up to a certain standard through technology. Because if you check it out, all over the world, AI taking people's jobs. How many people, children that go to school, could go on a computer and do a resume or do a spreadsheet? When you go to different countries, right, and you're traveling, everything is digitalized. You have to be able to learn, go on the machine and type in wherever you have to type in, write wherever you have to write. And that is the way how the world is going. So, if we want to continue saying where the UNC get money from and asking questions, and other people, where they were in power for 10 years and they didn't hold them accountable for their money that they were spending. You see, every ministry, I'm going nowhere because I know I'm taking a little too long. Every ministry has a budget, right? 5 billion, 6 billion. But ask yourself, how much of that, let me say Ministry of Education gain 6 billion, right? How much of that going in recurring expenditure for salaries? And this is the problem. People collecting high salaries and no improvement in nothing. So you see all these board members who collecting 100 and 200,000 and all these lawyers who fighting case for the state and not winning none but still getting paid have to stop. All right, guys.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you,
I said that over and over again. And it's not only that too. And it starts from the head.
To answer your question.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Hi, good afternoon.
Sorry,
Good afternoon.
sorry that you had to hold on a little bit. My apologies.
4 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just trying not to lose the call.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
According to our parliamentary democracy,
right,
it is very adversarial according to the Westminster system. So you will get that kind of what you would want to term as bacchanal, but that's normative. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is the PNM has been in power in the early from 1956 to 1981. That is more than 3 terms.
Right. No, but
So,
I'm talking about currently at present, like for the last, let's say for the last 20 years or so, it hasn't been like that.
no, it hasn't. You're correct on that regard.
Yeah.
Right? So I was just trying to correct those 2 areas for you.
All right, no problem. Thanks so much for your contribution, no member.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. For echoes, the word the C word you were looking for was consolidated fund. Big up to Michael in the YouTube chat for that. To answer one of his questions, definitely. What he was saying with in terms to holding them accountable but not holding yourself accountable. Again, from a moral standpoint, from where we are outside of the Red House,
right,
that makes perfect sense, right? But like we had mentioned before earlier in the hour, if I am on your side, right, whether we are in administration or in the opposition, we are not going to call each other out.
No, but you remember,
on open
Mr.
forums.
Lahoketa also mentioned that there's a law permitting you to grant charge like that.
It
you know?
is.
Yeah.
But how often are we going to exercise that? Unless it is something very extreme where it is like, bro, I can't side with you on that, you know? Like, when is the last time you seen that happen?
But that's what he's saying. He's saying that how you can't just come out and just want to, that's why you have to wait until the cameras are off and have that discussion.
Have it. And that's what most of them, well, I don't want to, let me not even imply to say that that's what most of them do. But on camera, they're not going to do that.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
I think we just heard her reconnecting. Oh, God. I hate when that happens.
Are you there? Chris. I know Chris was trying to call. Chris, I do apologize.
Oh, God, please call back, Chris.
The phone calls are like coming in, fast and furious. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
How are you going?
We good.
We there.
What is the topic? Anything special?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just speaking in general about, the responsibilities of the administration, the current administration, and the responsibility of the opposition. And, we have seen over the years that the oppositions have always been sidelined, and it's something that we find that, it shouldn't be. Yeah?
All right, I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what look at it. How this government come new? This administration, it's 26 of them, right? I'm dealing with the 2 in Tobago. It had 19 of them from 2015 to now. I hear people talking about the new government. How they come new? Explain that to me. Let somebody call on them. How these people come new?
Because you're implying this, you're asking this because these are old faces in politics that we've seen before.
No, if they're saying the policies new, but then the policies were supposed to be taking care of that since there was an opposition. You see, I hear in the term new administration, but I see old faces. And I see more old faces coming back. Some of them old like the road, but they're bringing them back. Where we going? What on them fellas new? But the 19 was there, them they since 2010. How them come new? What new ideas them bringing? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what the point you're trying to make.
The new administration.
It's filled with old familiar faces. So you're not seeing what is new about this administration, is what you're telling me.
Well, the whole point is, if you're new, as they're saying, I go forget your face and how long you're there. But I'm looking for you to bring some new policies, and I'm not seeing any. So I don't know if it's the same old.
All right, well.
That's a fair question.
Thanks so much for your contribution, member. Thanks. All right, so we said we use the term new administration, not entirely meaning that, you know, it's a brand new.
With fresh faces and new ideas. And maybe in a literal sense, that's what a new administration would be.
Yeah. We say new administration because, I mean, it's not the same administration that has been in charge before,
from the last election or the election before that.
And to be fair, I have seen some new faces, and there are some old faces, some ones that you thought that would never be back into politics that are there. So yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, gentlemen. Good afternoon again. So,
good afternoon.
The consolidated fund, right? The government of yesterday went all over this country saying a vote for the PNM is a vote for local government reform. After the elections, we are still waiting on the reform, right? You said the money that was collected from property tax was for a particular purpose. How did it find its way in the consolidated fund? That is one, right? And have no shame to come and say that. The money should have been somewhere, or you should have already prepared somewhere for it to remain in the constituency that it is collected. So moving on from that, I hear you with the hand thing, and we really not going too hard on the new MPs, but the question wasn't first posed by Hans. Hans later on in the debate would have raised that same item of means test, right? And the thing to the last caller, he wants to know how come this government end up in there. Well, it was because people became so frustrated and fed up with the approach of Dr. Rowley that even this new chapter that they was advertising, nobody wanted no new chapter, because if we realize the new chapter is not even good for the PNM, where is the new chapter in the inside of the PNM right now? They tell the whole chapter of the book. They don't want it because this is not what people are accustomed to, right? You can't change your approach when it is now you're in opposition. You want to pretend or show like if you care the most about the funds of taxpayers. When time went by, when the party that you support and the leaders that you support didn't have no care for how the money was spending, didn't prioritize properly. You understand? And this is the challenge that we have to face with, So the reason that the 19 and the rest of them end up back here is because Trinidad have sunken into political ping pong, or ping pong politics as I call it, table tennis politics, right? Where the parties, UNC and PNM, glorify the fact that we're so unwilling to move beyond just two of them that it will either be them or the other. And the 41 continues to win. The 41 members continue to win because all of them get the increase on the salary, not so?
Exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Chris. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for your contribution, Chris.
Come to the front, my friend. Come to the front.
And also to answer part of what Chris is saying there too, you know, out of those same 41 persons, not Chris, but the previous caller, he's saying that's how he's seen older faces, but guess what? During the campaigning and during election,
right,
persons voted for them. The country voted for them. So as much as we may see them as old faces, guess what? The country, Trinidad and Tobago,
voted for those old
faces. That's the best way to put it. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, I was saying, sorry, I'm bringing some good points in the past.
No, I didn't say Faris brought any good points. What I'm saying is, is that he raised concerns and whether it be Faris, Barris, Christopher living across the street, we need to at least see exactly what are their suggestions, what are their amendments, what are their opinions, and see if it is that it's making sense. We just cannot have the attitude that we just gonna throw it out.
Throw it
and
away.
Say, well, since it's coming from you, and use
and use from this party, and you should have put these thing in place 10 years ago.
Haul your matchbox. No, that's what we're saying. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. You there?
I think he got cut off because I feel he was cut off mid-sentence. I thought he had lowered.
He muted.
Oh, KFC.
KFC, you're muted.
Your ears mute the mic again.
Yeah, hello, yeah, man.
Right,
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, your ears mute the mic again. But you hear what we said though?
But them, yeah, man, what? Them was there for the last 10 years,
right.
And them was concerned blaming the UNC to 2010 to 2015.
But
KFC, you ain't hear what we just said.
KFC, yes, but here what I'm telling you, I understand all of that, but why should we continue every day to say that them was there for the last 9 years? We know, and we know for a fact that the UNC was under the same sort of attack, and that's why I said that it was wrong. So moving forward with this new administration, we don't want them to make the same mistakes.
You know, life was better. People that will vote on policies and betterments, people vote on them like bacchanal and gossip. Them like no development and betterment for them community. Them just like bacchanal. Must say good afternoon. Good afternoon to my MP, Reverend Moit.
All right, KFC, thanks so much.
She's doing a wonderful job, and all them old piano players, they're getting the pension as blessed.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
I realized we had to use.
All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
I realize we had to use that plug a lot now.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You have about...
good afternoon.
All right. President, you have about... President, you have about 2 minutes, okay? You have about 2 minutes, because we have a break to take.
All right, I will see that in 2 minutes, because we have to remain that are hearing everything. And sometimes I just want to find out if educated people really educated. If the intelligence with the education.
You're coming in real muffled though, President.
Because I feel I'm using the wrong number 91. That number is in real trouble for point. I noticed. I won't come again with it one on the next program because I done lost it on this program already. So later. I go.
Problem. All right. Yeah. I think he said he will call back probably on the next line.
Yeah, call back on the next line. The next, before we jump into what is not a crime but should be a crime.
Yeah, we would definitely, because I know that some of you all definitely wanted to get your voice.
To get your points across. So we will take a few minutes in the next hour to get the residual calls in, just so you guys can get those final statements in before we jump into what is not a crime but should be a crime. Big up to Patricia in the chat, as well as Michael, Andre, Echoes, and everybody else. Y'all make sure to continue to share the live. Y'all keep our numbers going up and up, and we appreciate you for that. As well as the crowd who listens in on Facebook. Again, we need more devices to watch the various lives and the various conversations, because we need to be able to include everybody.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So we are working on that, guys. Don't you worry. But let us take a pause for a cause, pay these bills, get a drink of water, and come back in for our final hour. Street Council still in session, so you guys don't go anywhere.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, If so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 30% off appliances today. Plus, shop appliance bundle deals and get up to $1,000 in mini appliances. No cash, higher purchase plans available. Save more now at Furniture Plus.
Sale, sale, sale. Hurry down to Furniture Plus massive warehouse sale. Today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Huge discounts on new and scratch and dent items. Shop furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Everything must go. Find us at Lot 21D, David Blake Street, O'Meara Industrial Estate, Arima. Hurry down to Furniture, plus massive warehouse sale.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and he made real good marks. And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen. It is extremely well.
At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Ashima, I tell you, time does fly so fast. Oh my gosh.
What the conversation
it's
nice.
Just 4 minutes past the hour, 3 o'clock. Nation, to our members, good afternoon going out to you guys. I hope that you guys are having a good day. And I hope that the conversation is,
in short, this is what I have to say.
Keeping you much informed and entertained.
Let us forget fights and grudges and cons.
And we really do enjoy your company as well, yeah? Let me take this one time. Good afternoon, member.
Yes, and I'm back inside because I really have to be back inside at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I want to continue where I started. Because I listened to the program well to the off and on because you remember I came in early. And the way how the program going, I mean, if I inventing something, when I see certain little problems, it could hurt your heart, and then you might have to throw it apart and put in the next part to see how it go up. But it has nothing to show you here. What it has to do is to try to make up the part what I don't put there already, because it could alter, it could be renewed, and it could also, just put it back in, and all of a sudden you would find that it really working. But that's what's going on with me. I keep on telling everybody, right, you, atom does have three elements inside of it. It works almost everything carrying a three element. It have a reason why. You can't have two opposites fighting and then have what we call a even odd and a even, or put it another way, a odd and a even. It must have a next one in the top. The purpose of that next one and how you use it is important. If you have two people as two people who war in for government, who war in for position, who war in for the treasury, the two of them war in. What about you? You the person who have them war in. You the person who put them there to war. What you doing about it? Just staying outside and asking them where they war in for? Or being inside of them and make sure that they come in your direction so the war go less. What is we doing? That's how I want the invention go up. I want to know that we inside of them making sure, because we can't be outside and looking to make no sure, because it's not going to be so. It can't happen. Somebody spoke earlier and they hearing, but nobody doing. Nobody waking up walking. We want to be slaves right now. We can wake up and see for self, do for self. We have to be depending on people to manage we. We slaves come out from slavery and we're still talking about emancipation. We're not managing we. The big form organization manage we in a way. We don't want to be on top now, because the people who rule the world, them on top. All we want to do is to make sure we get it properly, and we have to do it in the office where the thing happening, not on the streets. We don't understand. I hear one set of things that are vexing me that my creation and working good. And the same creation is all your own. But as long as I follow up, it will work. Gosh, man, I can't understand what we're really doing, A whole set of lecturers in the educated academics, and they get on like him. They don't know what they have to do. Greed, sir. It's greed. Oh, gosh, man. Anyway, go ahead. Have a good afternoon. I am feel I want to talk much again this afternoon in this, Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, President.
So much, President, for your contribution. So yeah, we invite you guys to be a part of the conversation. I mean, yeah, we're in our segment. What is not a crime, but should be considered a crime?
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Ah, boy, I have an interesting call here, boy. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, gentlemen. So, I hear the frustration in President's voice. And I'm going to put it this way. While he makes very, very good points, the frustration will be there for as long as Gladiator and they've been here, and Umbala and they were here. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Right. The frustration is going to go on because you hear him asking for the third element. That is why you have God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. And he's asking for that third element. But you see, the third element will be the people. And the people do not know who they really are. That is why you have to figure out things about the straw man. So now I'm coming back to you today What's the status on the review of that for 5 minutes? And are you going to play it? Talk to me. Hello?
So I actually I'll be very honest with the nation. I'll be very honest to you. I did look at the video. I actually looked at it twice, and
Right.
I do understand the. Well, I think to myself, honestly, I think I still need to do a little research because I saw it had a website on it as well for you to literally go to at least understand more. But I understand that, yes, you know, it's like you literally signing your birth certificate and that being the straw man. It's like, you know, and once you go to represent this name on this birth certificate, obviously you are representing the straw man. So yeah, I do understand it a bit, but I think I still need to do a little more depth research to kind of understand it a little more better. But I do understand the idea of the video itself.
Hold on. You should not be allowed, right? And I'm choosing my words carefully. You should not be allowed to have the mic and treat something so important, because it is quite clear that after you went and you did what you did, but you could have done it even better, because I told you, listen to it for 5 minutes, then take a pen and piece of paper, listen to it for the first minute, write down what you think you understand. Then listen to it for the second minute, write down and think what you understand. That homework is not even 15 minutes. But you see, you have the microphone, and you know that it is something that is very, very vital. Because I don't sound like I crazy at all. Right? But this is how you treat it. And the reason why the people will always remain where they are, it is because they treat the most vital of information when they get it as though they don't deserve it.
No.
All you out there who listening.
No, member, listen, right? Listen.
Not
I want to give you. I want you to at least give me the benefit of the doubt here. You told me to do a research, and I told you that I'm not completed with the research. Now you may be in the position where you have that capacity to pick it up within 15 minutes, right?
Hold on.
But I probably didn't have the time to finish it within 15 minutes. But I mean, I started it, and I am going to definitely continue to look into it because I see it as something that it seemed to have a bit of merit within exactly what the video contains, right? So I'm just asking, give us some time.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you what you have time to do. You have time to come here every day. You have time to listen for months upon months and years upon years. And then when you have the mic, you don't have the time to really focus on the most prolific point that you get since you've been on the radio. You don't have time. When Heinz told earlier that his duty is not to protect and keep the people safe, that didn't resonate in all your head. Right? He said so. And he knows what his job position and function is. He knows it. And the man who put him there, his boss, before he gave him the job, he knew what his job specs was all about. And that is why he was not removing him. Because Heinz was doing his job. But all of you have a totally different impression about what Heinz was supposed to be doing. So they keep talking what all you're talking and saying what all you're saying. And you all will continue to go on like this for years.
All right, thank you.
And Villager is telling you, Villager is saying to you that something about the people, they're not waking up. And that is because the people do not even know who they are. And you, based upon what you was reading from your birth certificate. From your birth certificate.
Well, if that doesn't,
if you do not understand who you are from your birth certificate, and that is what impacts and determines every single thing that goes on while you're living, how in heaven's name you're going to be able to have this conversation that all you've been trying to have since Gladiator was wrong and Umbala was wrong? You think you understand what I'm saying to you? Now play the thing and let the God-given genius in everybody spark and come together on one thing that matters to everybody.
All right. Well, here what I would ask.
And don't be like. And one more thing, because you don't feel that you don't understand everything. You're not the big teacher here, you know. Because you feel you don't understand it enough. You feel you cannot bring it to the people who listening.
All right. So So here what member, right? Before I was going to mention to you that I'm going to obviously ask the members if it is that they want to hear this video.
How you can ask the people about something they don't know about? How you could ask them about something they don't know about? You have to bring it. You think every single speech that Farrakhan made or Martin Luther King made, the people have to know it for you to play it?
No.
You play Dr. King's speech. Okay, so then it's the same thing?
But as I said too, yesterday, we said that we would definitely look into it and we would have vetted before we bring it. So I told you I started to look at it, and even based on what I told you, I looked at it.
It is clean. What about it? It have nothing.
Well, hold on, member. Give me a chance. I'm going to tell you. Right? So I went through it and I told you certain parts of it. So it's not like I am being dishonest. You yourself watch it numerous times. So you know for a fact that obviously I had to watch it to know what I'm saying here. So give me the opportunity and I would bring it. All right? Let's not go back and forth. I understand and I do understand, and it's something that we definitely bring to the table so that all the members of the Street 919 FM could listen to this straw man. And for the ones that probably even want to look at it right now, it's literally on YouTube just as how I found it. But we would bring it to them. Yeah?
It's love in the house. It's love in the house. And I am not a madman.
I never said you were.
Here I was saying to you, I'm not upset with you.
But that's but that's not how you're coming across. Eh? I'm telling you, that's how you're coming across.
I'm telling you. I'm saying to you, I'm not a madman, and I cannot want for you something more than you want it for your own self. So that's a madman to do that. It's love in the house, and I would like the people to really know who they are, because there's a saying in life: you cannot serve two masters, but there's two parallel systems that is running. You got to figure out which one you're riding on at any given point in time.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can get some more calls. Right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Well, I've been trying so long to say exactly what the guy was now saying.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please show the tape and let everybody think for themselves?
Not a problem. We'll definitely do that.
I don't know if you can. I did not hear where it's located and what's the name, so we can go and do our own
research.
You know, yes.
All right.
Research.
Okay. No problem.
We'll hear from whence it came or what it was about.
All right. Okay. No problem. We'll do. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Why does
this is the Sky?
Sky! Oh my gosh, Sky!
Bring it to the front just because it's
you, Sky, right? And we haven't heard from you in a while.
This Sky! Where have you been? Where have you been, Fred?
If I tell good afternoon to everybody who listened on the live, good afternoon. But if I tell Uncle, to all this something, Uncle, you know, I delete the number, and the wrong number I delete.
What?
I sit down from since 2 o'clock listening for the commercial to get the number, call on the number. That way I answer on WhatsApp. But this number, I put it back on WhatsApp and all over. Here the Sky again. So here what we're on, brothers. To all my sweet listeners, is one thing I would like to tell two of you. We already had a conversation. Now, it have a marketing department in this company called the Street 919, the management and staff. They have a marketing department.
Right.
If any advertisement to run, please contact them on this same number. Tell them the number now. Right? And they will be gladly glad to run any ad, any program, or any spot. And as long as you keep it according to top rules And as long as there's no thing from them, I had to say, no, I can't say the word. I have to say where they're from, the Asia part. Because they don't think, I think what we used to call Sambran, we have to say that's Sambran now. So you don't know them word I get to use. So as long as it's that configuration, the management will put you on the air to hear what you want to push. So, whereas, back in the last conversation, it's something telling me that, on the 1st of August, we're going to have a celebration and a commemoration of an event happened some 700 years ago. Right? And you know what the name of that occasion?
What's that?
If you told them answer that, I call back here to see what's supposed to be a crime.
I will.
It's African Emancipation Day. Because here what's going on. The Asian people had an Emancipation Day. India had an Emancipation Day. The Portuguese had an Emancipation Day. And the Spanish had an Emancipation Day. So now the African diaspora gets a holiday for them, named after the occasion. African Emancipation Day. But you see, everybody who listens to this program want to know, what man this guy talking about? It's trying like you smoke something better or you fall on the head. It's just as when we debated in the parliament. Every day we exchange the clothes, but it's the same ugly face that only God and Jesus love. Because if we mother the love, we still should have been beaten with and talking with sense. But here what's going on. When they're in the parliament and they're hearing that the opposition present now, right? Talking about, yes, we want to know from 2010 to 2015, after 10 years ago, that Ms. Kamala Prasad predecessor run a deficit of $10 billion. But then you don't see any other part. How much money and the reserve and the foreign exchange, and it's something the country has run with. A reserve for import cover. We have seen that, right? But then again, you hear a board member say they get thrown out of the board that they apply for $1 million to go and talk to the dead. But you see, they will talk all of that. But they will say that our state asset, what's supposed to bring in revenue, and the dissipation of equal asset, will cost us $145 billion to liquidate. So this day, some of them assets was sold out to keep paying we bills to have a shirt on the back, and to walk free. But they're talking how that went and where is the reflection. So, brother Anderson and brother Dream, before I start to dream again, I'll send a mirror so we can see the reflection and that kind of spending. So you see, discipline is from oneself, as we had a program, I talk on it. But when we are not disciplined and we want mileage, it's either we got the drag strip and we donuts to get mileage. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Sky. It was so nice hearing from you, because we haven't heard from you in such a long time.
Always an energy with Sky,
Hey. So, Hashim, waiting, why?
The face only God and Jesus love, boy.
No, but
Jesus.
Asking, waiting.
Don't tell me.
We play. Should we play the video?
Right?
Should we play the video?
We already.
It's 5 minutes. Should we play the video?
It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Hey, what's going on, right? We gonna take, because clearly what Mr. Strawman wants is the full in-depth conversations of the after effects of this video. So I've feeling and what I'm suggesting to the council is tomorrow we dedicate the day to analyzing this video, or at least the first hour or two, right? So we will play it as we reach in tomorrow, and we go work our way through it.
So we are playing it today, we play it tomorrow.
We playing it tomorrow, and I said it in big for the nation to hear, so we have to keep the promise tomorrow. We running the whole video tomorrow for the nation, and get the engine room to put it up on the stream, so those on the stream can watch the video while the people listening to it, and we go all talk about it as a collective tomorrow.
Alright, okay. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yeah, well, I want to be a little more quiet here right now because we are just now my pressure really went up. But since this man coming, he make me sit down with brother. I'm not home, out a road, so I couldn't come out with all the whatever happens to come in early on. So, but I sit down in the market in San Juan, so you could understand where I am.
Right.
I must find a cool spot. So I managed to go into the internet and I find Meet the Strawman. Now, without a video seeing it, because I'm going on Google. And what I find out there is that it's really an opponent discussion, in the sense that when somebody give a original discourse, there's an opposite side to change that into something else and make it or misrepresent it and put it out as if it's not good. So you're finding that as they use the opponents, both sides of the political divide does the same thing and doing the same thing, keeping the society in a misrepresentative condition. That is what if you read it good, you go understand that basically that is what the script, all the picture you might see, because I didn't see the picture, but in the first reading, basically the two words that bring me to the full understanding: misrepresentation and opponent. You understand the two words? Putting them two words together, even dividing them, you could find a whole story in just those two words. Right. And I know all you saw you go play the thing tomorrow. It is a good thing to do it because it may open a lot of the people, man, who don't understand how serious this opposition government business is. And I keep on telling you, as much as I notice it, even without Strawman, that it makes no sense you having two people continually fighting and there is not a referee, or as my brother from 4 o'clock will be saying, what they call it, umpire. Which the umpire and the referee is the same, almost the same, because you must have something to divide up a fight, or if whatever according to the fight.
All right, so President, I have a lot of calls on the line. Let me see how much calls we can take.
I'll try to explain it, and that is my position for now, that we go see about it tomorrow. I understand.
Definitely, we'll look into it tomorrow, yeah?
Right. Let's give all you a clear understanding.
Thank you. So so it would be a crime if it is that the council does not bring this thing tomorrow, right? Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'll bring a Strawman tomorrow. I'll give it that call out. I'll give it that torturous call. I will be running I-95.5 to put that Strawman 5 minutes. If I play that Strawman tomorrow, I want to play the video with Wayne Monroe. All you was talking, the player in East West Corridor who concerned voting the PNM, and at the bottom of the ladder and the shit in the latrine.
Watch your language, KFC.
They're not necessarily the views of the management of the Street.
The other one. Thank you.
You are out of order.
I tried to see my paycheck at the end of the week, you know. You're trying to sour me, KFC. Don't do that.
KFC, where's that, boy?
Don't do that, boy.
KFC, where's that?
Don't do that to me, boy.
KFC, go outside, go and use the washroom and come back.
Please.
All right? Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, guys.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
I just looking in to say to the Street 919 FM, my radio station. Go and tell somebody. Hakeem and Brother Anderson, how you going, man?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, hi, Panadol.
Yeah. So, blessed my brother. But you know the weekend is there, so much things. Guys, later.
All right.
They're going to be some Panadol.
All right. Shout out to Panadol and all the team locked on there in Barrapo. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Hello, member, are you there?
Yeah, good evening again.
Echoes.
DJ Anderson. DJ Echoes. Hey, this is for you, DJ Anderson. You know what's a crime?
What's that?
Well, you have a father home and you have a father over the phone.
I just try to keep it so balanced, yo, and to give everybody that opportunity. But echoes, no problem.
Front of the class. We could jump into the segment finally. Oh gosh, what is not a crime? What should be a crime? Thank you for putting the thing back on point, please.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Hello, are you there?
Good afternoon.
Hello, member, are you there? Okay, I think we lost that member. I don't know what happened there.
Not sure either.
Yeah.
You see it is. You see the chat. The chat and all want to know what's going on. If you will be in school, or something.
Yeah, like so but that's why I was telling the caller that the way he bring it across, like he vexed me, And
you understand?
It is what it is.
I is a big man. I just saying. I didn't want to jump in there for you because I would have get fired. Anyway. What is not a crime but should be considered a crime? You see, mango season. Mango season is here. And if you find it criminal that the fruits that are hanging in my yard don't belong to me, that is a crime. Because first of all, you are invading my property with your mango tree. The least you can do as compensation is allow me the fruits that fall in my yard over my fence. Yeah, between your wall, my wall, and the 12 inches in between the two walls where the drain does run, and your tree still hanging in my yard, and you carrying on because I pluck mango trees that are on my side of the fence. That's not correct.
Here's one of my crimes, right? You see these con artists who find the time to be sending me message. Your account has been put on hold until you can verify your details.
Let me tell you something.
And it's coming from Republic Bank. Let me let this individual know, this con artist, that one, I don't have no account with Republic Bank, right? So there's no way that my account could be on hold. And Republic Bank would not send you a message from, and I call out the number, 356-4996.
Say it again. Say that number again.
356-4996.
Or you call that number and tell him to haul he monkey tail, okay?
Right? I mean, it is a crime, but that should be considered. Stop it.
That should be. Matter of fact, report that number to the police currently, please. Right? Because I get those text messages. I have multiple bank accounts, and I have already done my due diligence. Thankfully, it have a nice little jingle going around, making its way around the airwaves. If you all ain't hear it by now, or you do not accept no text from the Republic Bank saying that your account is empty and you need to call such and such a number, okay? It is a fraudulent scam for all my elders and my mumsies who watching and who don't really listen to or don't watch text messages, and so do not pay attention to those things. You'll stick to the analog, go into the bank and pay your bill and make your inquiries, right? If you're not good with no online banking, okay? Don't you pay attention to any scammers out here who trying to take all your pension.
Trust me, they're out there.
Right? Because they're out there. You're wicked, you're nasty, more nastier than any politician I could call. Right? Do something better with all your life, or you're worse than the criminal than robbing people blind.
And for the ones that are on YouTube, good afternoon, going out to you guys again. And you guys, don't forget, you guys could also share what is not a crime but should be considered a crime. You guys could share that in the message, be a part of the conversation, and also you guys could call in as well, right? And those numbers again are 342-0081, 466-5391. What is not a crime but should be considered a crime?
This also goes.
What's not a crime but should be a crime is trying to buff me and you not my father.
Why you all so on me today?
I'm not on you. I talking. I just talk. I'm not on you, bro. I'm not on you. I tried. I being real, right? My father is the only man that have the rights and permission to buff me, right? The rest of all you, no sir. I ain't taking that.
I would still ask the nation.
Right?
I mean, one person already voted for it, which is President. Play it. KFC is obviously against it. He said, "Don't play that. Don't waste my time."
I have already made the notion. We gonna run it tomorrow just because you know.
But you know, I still would like to get feedback from our members.
As
you know?
a big man with sense and feelings, don't buff me if you're not my father. Right? Plain matters, bad talk.
Yeah, what should be considered a crime? Persons that go and use the washroom and leave one box at the toilet paper on the road, like one square on the toilet paper.
Who does that?
Right? That should be considered a crime.
No. Who doing that?
Why you couldn't just
just rip it all off? Nah.
Yeah.
Don't tell me people really out here doing
what?
that.
What do you mean? For the ones that love to leave Enna's the juice in the mug in the fridge, that should be considered a crime.
It have a special place in hell for you.
You understand?
It's a
why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Huh? You're wicked.
It have a special corner in hell for you where it will just have energy juice and no matter how much energy juice you drink, you will not be quenched of thirst. Yeah. See all ya? Wicked. Also, if you're in a house with multiple people and you drink straight from the carton, that is a crime, huh?
Yeah. You need to stop it.
That is a crime. You want your own carton, buy it with your own money, and label it with your name on it, and then I will leave it alone.
KFC. Keep
Good afternoon,
keep your contribution.
Sorry. I apologize for the outgoing language I say, right?
Thank you.
All right, sir.
But bigger and DJ Anderson, all they coming to do our work. All they coming to please people about. All they want to play a 5-minute video. So them do our TV home. If you only want to say where you going Independence Square and get a big scream and put everybody can see it.
Oh gosh. KFC,
we don't want to see them nonsense, but that put anything in my pocket. Then that put in my pocket, we don't care about straw man, boy. But let's call that time I reach home safe, boy.
Reach home safe, KFC.
Not easy either. I think KFC already home with it.
Hey KFC, I need a munch pack from you one of these days, huh? Yeah. For all the pecan here that's gooey, I need lunch a day. It could be a surprise. You don't even have to say. I ain't even giving you a date. That's one of these days. Lunch on you now.
Nah, but
I just take original.
We are here to obviously to be informative and to share good.
This is what I have to say.
Good contribution to share good information, and sometimes too you never know. It may just be in a way to open someone's eyes for them to be able to see things in a different perspective. So yeah. So with all due respect, and as my co-host said, Mr. Hashim, we're gonna play tomorrow. We're gonna look into it, and you guys will have an opportunity to obviously share your views. Yeah. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
So let me say this to my brother who is talking host of the diatribe. The more you resent me, is the more I'll present me. Because I'm trying to help you. I'm really attempting to make a difference in your life and your entire family life circumstance. Okay? So put that in your pipe and smoke it. and put that in your smoke and pipe it, my brother.
Hmm.
Play the straw man for the people. They are wonderful people listening. They have God-given genius in them. It's only for 5 minutes. Okay?
All right,
It
no
is
problem.
Clean.
No, but
clean.
as I don't know if you were listening, but we said we are
And-
going to play tomorrow, please Lord. Yeah?
Okay. Where you gonna play it? What time you gonna play it? The first hour? When you come?
First hour.
First hour as we reach here.
Good.
Right? Nice.
All right.
Now you're talking.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
What is not a crime but should be a crime? Complaining about the heat. Like I ain't sweating with you. And you're saying it like in like 10-minute intervals. It's hot. Oh God, I'm sweating. Oh God, somebody told it. I know it's hot. You ain't had to tell me.
Yeah, nah, as you say that.
You ain't had to tell me.
You know what should be considered a crime?
You
and I in the same room, right? You and I have access to all the remotes in the room. But every minute you're gonna be telling me that same thing. Oh, in the room making hot, boy. I'm now meet you in the room, and you telling me about the room making hot, boy. The room making hot. Whew. This place making hot. Like you can on the AC. You waiting for me.
You waiting for me to turn on the AC?
Yeah. Shout out to Navisha.
Wait.
Shout out to Navisha. That should be considered a crime. Shucks, man.
That's strays you shooting over there. Nah, boy.
I will never get dinner tonight, boy.
Jeez.
Hey, boy. It's Hashim that make me say that.
It's who?
Sorry.
It's who? Sir, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you are out of order. Relax it. Do not blame the emptiness of your stomach this evening on anything I said today, okay?
All right.
You coulda do it two meetings ago. 2 days ago you coulda say that, but not today. Not today, sir. I just come for the doctor. All right.
And yes, what should be a crime but is not a crime is lending someone something and have to ask back for it. Yeah. We mentioned that already, but yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, but first of all, if I had to ask for my thing back more than once, what is the crime is? How long you need it for? How long I need my thing for?
When you go bring it back.
When you go bring back my thing? Bring back my thing? On the 31st of February, you'll get it back.
Oh, and here the other one too.
You
want my thing borrow. You come in. You put yourself in place to get it. But when it's time to return it, you could come for it. So you could have come in my place, pick up my thing, and go with it. But now I'm asking back for it. You're telling me, well, it told me, and you could come for it whenever you're ready. That should be considered a crime. Boldfacedness in the most highest.
Highest order, My boy Andre saying narcissism should be a crime. Yeah. Because you're not that special, No. Those who's narcissists really feel there is it, They really feel there is the best thing since Pepper and Doubles, boy.
I wonder if this one will get me in trouble, boy. I had to play this clap back, boy. It have a clap back I want to play.
Play it.
Right?
What's the thing?
It's like he load up the Matic and he knock it again. Let me take this one first.
There we go.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. The caller go on, yes. Well, but
Oh, Lord. Call back.
Yeah. I didn't load it up as yet, but but what is this, boy?
Yeah, no.
Anderson, what are you doing?
What are you really doing for you?
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm a first-time caller to your program.
And
you know what is a crime?
What's that?
What should be a crime? The networks and them robbing us. They're robbing us.
Tell me this thing.
And we have to set a standard. We have to have a process. Gotta make it cheap for all of me to get internet. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially it's time It's time I fed up.
Thank you so much. I get that. I get
I
that.
fed up too.
And I think I could put him in front of the class. Them network and them they're not been here.
Wicked and bad.
You know, pal, $10 on your phone, you decide to call your boo. Or for some of you all, the people, them woman. And you're here, you have 1 minute left. The conversation now get you seeing her. She now telling you, well, you could meet me by. You have 1 minute left. Hey, what's this way? What is this? I didn't expect to get that.
Ah, boy.
Here the clap back, here the clap back, here the clap back, here this clap back.
Never materialize.
Promises never materialize.
CCTV and drones. The drones that they bought here was from Toys R Us. Mr. Speaker, if you want to know what is happening at this time at PTSC, you could send the drone. But if it is happening further than PTSC, you will have to send the drone, bring down the drone, put an X battery, send it again, collect it by Caroni River, put it on, send it again, and then reach your body. It's like a taxi.
All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
I tell you, boy, clap back, boy. The man say, and that should be a crime. Or you go buy drones that is like a toy to work in Ministry of National Security. How you gonna do that?
Wow.
How could you do that?
Wow.
Nah, man. Better than that. Now, it continues, but I figure I'll go play the other part tomorrow.
I think my youth's gonna appreciate this one. You know what? It's not a crime, but should be a crime. You copying answers and still failing.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, you know, any background device. Something like that. Or like, all the well, having a good time, man. Taxi driver one time, something. Arima.
Mr. One Time, how are you,
One
sir?
Time, how are you?
Why they holding on, guys? Those fellas that are working on those rubbish trucks, they may have standing orders and instruction, but sometimes you just can't tell who is who. They should have a uniform. Well, as I say, they may have the standing orders and instruction, but I find that they should be loaded in the gears, just like your PO, you know. They should be fully clothed in their gears when on duty. If it's not a crime, I find that should be a crime.
Good one.
Good one one time.
And last but not least, those school children and them, when school is over, or before they go to school, they mustn't be past class. And when they reach in school, then they put on the next step. Or when they finish school, they go by their friend and coming home 7 o'clock in the night with part of the uniform. You know, I find that should be a crime. Right,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There should be a full time in the full uniform. My son, let me compliment you all. It was nice listening to you all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much for your contribution one time. And you keep safe on the nation's road, eh?
Yes, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we said it, you know, and we said it already here, you know, where school children are concerned. When school over, find yourself home now.
Yeah.
Find yourself home. Alright? You have the weekend.
It's out here.
It's at the weekend and whatever for you to do whatever you want to do. Right?
That's what the weekend is for. The weekend is for gallivanting.
You see, during the week, find yourself home from a place. Don't just be out there like a vagabond. Right?
I had simple
better than that.
I had simple rules coming up. I had simple rules coming up during the week. You focus on school. In the weekend, once your homework and thing finish, you can gallivant all you want. Worked for 10 years. I had no problem.
And just to remind you guys, coming up, because we actually almost ready to close session here on the council. And coming up next, it's the third umpire. They are up at 4 p.m. and they will take you guys straight to 7. And
interested to see who's up to bat today.
Yeah, very interesting to see who's up to bat today. I listened to who was in the wicket yesterday. And very, very, the guys and them are very informative. The umpires, they are very articulate, very experienced guys.
Remember
I just hope when anybody bowl a no ball, they make sure and pick it up, because I just get vexed at it.
Forget all your different.
When people bowl a no ball on USC, or you out a man for a wrong LBW,
or wide.
Yeah. Hey,
that's a crime.
Umpires, keep all your eyes open, because
Right.
it come in. They tricky bad enough.
They're tricky again.
And as I say that, I have to say congratulations going out to the West Indies team.
Yes.
They had a nice outing yesterday.
That's sweet. You see that wicket, Joseph do?
Joseph, I think the guys did well. And continue to rally around the West Indies, continue to rally around our guys. They're doing great.
This is their 50th year, guys. So,
And
big things
also,
happening.
are you guys ready for CPL? If you're not ready for CPL, that should be a crime. Fix yourself. Fix yourself, nation. Fix yourself, members.
CPL is always
Right?
a troubling time for me, boy.
Yeah. Seeing Dwayne Bravo is going to be in a entirely different position now. I saw persons put would Dwayne Bravo still be saying all of them I got the last over there.
Wait. Why are you
Now,
so
Dwayne Bravo, if you do that should be considered a crime. You are now the coach.
Yeah, no.
Right,
Relax yourself. Relax yourself. As long as we can keep the dance, I keep it good.
Champion. Yeah, definitely. And what you guys know, we do it on a Friday. We are going to obviously play the video and get into, some topics. And in the last hour,
we'll take
we're
it light.
gonna take it light and give you guys some music and so forth, so you guys can look out for that. I mean, even though that we are the speakers of the house, that doesn't mean that we don't have a good time too.
Okay.
We are humans.
Thank you.
Obviously, we listen to music and we could dance and have a good time and be responsible at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So bring
you
a
guys
bring a casual wear to the console tomorrow.
Yeah. Feel a little free, and I'm sure that you guys are going to enjoy it. Let me thank all our streamers via YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the program and for sharing with us as well. It should be okay, I'm seeing.
And why
Big
you
up to
doing that?
Andre, Michael, Miss Arima, Patricia, and all of them that were on the live, even the ones that probably didn't comment. Shout out to you as well. Also Kunji, I know that Kunji does be on the live. Also Panadol. Who did I miss?
One time, the Sky.
It was nice hearing from the Sky.
Yeah, the president as always. I call him Strongman from now on.
Chris is always so, he always
He's
brings
on
so
point.
much great contribution. So shout out to Chris as well. President, can't leave you out at all.
I gotta say happy birthday going out to my girl Samantha, Nicolette. Big up yourself, my darling, wherever you are standing. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And it's officially cancer season, so
and shout out to Clement. Clement is also locked on as well. So shout out to Clement is president, right?
Yes.
All right, okay, great. So President, we see you. So
all right, guys, that is it until tomorrow. The council is adjourned.
Right, so see you guys tomorrow. On behalf of Anderson and Hashim, you guys have a great afternoon, and don't go a place. The third umpire is up next.
So start the batting increase.
Matter of fact, you should always be batting in your crease. But anyways, we'll have that conversation another day.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
J.E. Guide Funeral Home and Crematorium Limited is a family-friendly funeral service provider serving the nation for over 75 years. We provide at-need and pre-need services at our two locations, 120 Coffee Street, San Fernando, and Cregnish Village, Princestown. Contact us at any time at 235-5049 and 652-4261, or find us on